you have audio now? Do you have audio now? Wow, that freaking thing just died on me there. Do you have audio now? 100%. Okay, I'm just trying to go. Okay, just trying to go. All right, so it is working. All right, sorry guys, that earpiece died. I don't know why that microphone died. Didn't really use it that much. Shouldn't have died. All right, sorry about. Let's rewind. Car guards in the USA.
In the USA, from Jersey to Jersey, Victoria to Tennessee, back up the Bucky man, the car guards arrive. Ba-da-da-da-da. They cross the ocean with a suitcase dream, escaping blackout nights and a failing scheme. Touchdown wide-eyed under neon glow. Yeah, mean the lights stay on all night long. From Cape Town flats to the Midwest snow, learning fast where the cold winds blow. No more generators rattling in the dark. Now every street light shining in the park. Strong percussion rolling like the train of fate. New brain trek through the departure gate. People mock them back across the sea, but now they live in large in Tennessee. VK laugh and point the finger, just car guard, she say with vigor. Simple people, no big degree, but the hustle talk louder than pedigree. Car guards in the USA, working hard every night and day. From the bright fire to the interstate, building new dreams in another state. Car guards in the USA, one section make the whole world sway. Skipped right past the FEMA line, now they sipping sweet tea, feeling fine. They said FEMA tents would be the scene, rows of canvas on the TV screen, but them stories fade when the truth arrive. South Africans out there thriving alive. Apartments first, then houses neat. Pick up trucks, park down the street. Kids in school and bills all paid. Fresh new roots begin to get laid. More mices dancing at the cookout flame, trying hard to pronounce Chick-fil-A names. Robots now are traffic lights, not little gadgets blinking at night. Bright smoke drifting through the air, neighbors asking what you're cooking there. Built on words and reggae beat, bassline rolling down the street. Backies become pickup trucks, still complaining about bad road luck. But compared to potholes back in Jersey town, the smooth highway never let them down. Car guards in the USA, turning struggle into better days. Laughing loud while the critics moan, making foreign places feel like home. Car guards in the USA, ANC tax base fade away. Everywhere cut out the party show leaves another crack in the old front door. Doctors, welders, coders too. Farmers learning something new. Not everybody drove the tractor line, despite what papers try to find. Some clean cars and guarded malls, some answered business office calls, but every one of them came to survive, and now they're watching dreams arrive. Guards in the USA, rhythm of the new great track today. From the Ville to Arkansas, still got boy rhythm in the heart. Yeah, car guards in the USA, hear the brass band proudly play. They said the migrants wouldn't last, now the car guards getting the last laugh. Funny thing about survival, boss, never underestimate the people who know how to hustle.
All righty, Cougars in USA. How you all doing this evening or this morning if you're in South Africa? Welcome back to the program. Night Owls on a Sunday, May 17th, 2025. Slow Puppy, there's an OG. How's it going? Listen, man, so I came down this afternoon after my broadcast, and then I did a cafe clutch on my mobile as I drove down here, about 48 minutes. And then I went to a braai with South Africans, some of whom I already know, whom I already met before when I went to Riverdale on my trip to Maryland. And I also met a bunch of new ones today. There were about 60 people at this event. And I want to thank Martin Fundameva for putting this all together. He was fantastic. It was great to be invited. I really, really felt humbled to be invited to the event. Also see some familiar faces. And what I have to say is this. When I went to see the people in Riverdale and Maryland, I left there kind of depressed. So many problems, so many people struggling, so little happening, such a lame apartment complex they were living in. I really, really felt bad about the whole situation. And all I could do was try to help in some way. And I did try to help in the ways that I'm able to. But I did feel bad about it. And I've been thinking about it quite a bit. But what I have to say is that I met many of those people again today. They came to the braai. And I'm telling you that we've got Boermak and Plan South Africans here. They've taken lemons and instead of, squirting in their eyes, they've turned it into lemonade. I mean, I tell you, many of them have their own motor vehicles now, gotten driver's license, motor vehicles. A bunch of them have jobs already, and they're already making plans on moving out of that crappy apartment complex. I was just really thrilled and impressed with what I saw today. It was just amazing. It was really something else. I also met the first refugees that ever came to Maryland. They were actually sponsored. I didn't know that. Met them this evening. It's lovely to meet them. And it was, I met some South Africans who were already living over here on their own, immigrated years ago, and they were concerned about their adult children who did not have things very good. Hang on a second, what's this? Something on the back of my hand. A wart or something, it's weird. Yeah, so they're worried about their adult children. And what's this? Do you know, you just said 2025, not 2026? Yeah. What I said for the year 2025? What are you talking about, Alan? When did I say 2025? Because I'm talking about a lot of different things. Yeah, so you guys got me off track here. Anyway, so this family thought they wouldn't get to see their adult children, but the refugee program made it possible because they were finding it impossible to immigrate, and they were suffering over there, so they were able to get over here with the refugee program. But I have to say that a lot of the South Africans who live in Riverdale, Maryland, came here as refugees, are doing so much better than when I last saw them. It was so good to see, so happy about that. Really, really put me in a good mood. And the braai was wonderful. People are fantastic. And this is one time I didn't have to get up and I mean, I was a guest and I was invited, and people certainly glad to see me and they recognized me. And I went around and made an effort to talk to everybody. But this is one time I wasn't expected to give some sort of speech, which is fine. I mean, I don't mind giving speeches, but they didn't ask me to do it. We played games. That was kind of fun. So Loretta says, I have to apologize to you. I've missed a few of your videos and live streams. We're busy trying to sort out 3 properties, farm, the new place, and mother-in-law in the past. But yeah, no, Loretta, no reason to apologize. People are not, no one's arm is twisted to watch the content. You got life to do, things to do. Yeah, Elmarie Mayer, I'm glad to hear it too. It was a nice thing. It's good to see people again. It's like old home week. Yeah, it was really nice to see people who are making improvements in their life and doing better. I'll tell you, some people get some really nice vehicles, man. I was kind of envious. But then I don't want a car payment. So, I could have a nice vehicle too, but I don't I don't want a car payment. So, it's a choice. No, Sloth Puppy, it's good news. I'm really it's a good-looking faces, Dylan. Yeah, no, it was so I'm really happy. But I got to tell you about a little thing that happened earlier today, kind of something that irritates me. So I was at the supermarket before I left. I was ordering a Frappuccino from the Starbucks, which is inside the supermarket. I had to go to Loose. I went to the back to go to the restroom. And while I was in the restroom, I opened the door, but it opens like this. So behind the door, I couldn't see there's a baby. They put them in men's rooms too, the baby making thing, change the diaper. So I didn't know somebody was there and I didn't hear any sound. So I went and started to relieve myself at the urinal. And all of a sudden, this loud screeching, ah! And I'm like, what the fuck? And that's what I said. And I looked over my shoulder and I saw the guy back there. And the guy's, what, you never heard a baby scream before? And I said, not like that. I didn't realize there was anyone here. So I walked out. And then he walked out moments behind me and he says, what? And he made like a scene. You never heard a baby scream before? I said, the last time I heard someone howl like that, the last time I heard someone howl like that, there was gunfire. You know, the insensitivity of ass wipes in this country, you know, I don't have PTSD as far as I know, but I do have experiences that I've done. And, you know, you're in the bathroom urinating, there's no one in there, and you hear a howl like someone who's just been assaulted or shot, a civilian. You know, some of us live with those things. And to hear some namby-pamby, useless turd who's never served in uniform be a smartass, particularly someone who's his elder. This guy was in his 20s or 30s. Some Arab, I don't know what the hell he was, but he's an American. Obviously, he grew up over as an Arab, and had the audacity to be so rude and snotty to me. I didn't say anything nasty to him. I just said, what the and I shut right there, and he had to be nasty to me. You know, what a dickhead. You know, he doesn't know who I am or what my life is. You're going to be a smart ass because your annoying little brat screamed. Maybe you shouldn't put his diaper on so tight. You know, I don't usually get upset about things like that, but it really, really pissed me off, especially after a recent video some idiot did about me too. It just really pissed me off to hear someone behave in that fashion. We don't know the life experiences of people. You know, you don't do that. Just kind of annoyed me. So anyway, but not a big thing. It didn't last. It's just something that was kind of annoying. And I just, you know, moved on from it. But wow, what is wrong with people to behave in such a fashion like that? Really, really stupid stuff. By the way, they got this new series, Dutton Ranch. I guess it's a follow-up from Yellowstone. Right, Karen? People can't imagine what other people have been through or seen, you know? And so it's just really, and, you know, and it's unexpected. I don't expect going in a toilet where there is a sink and a commode and a urinal, and to my knowledge, no one else in the room with me. And all of a sudden I hear this loud, very loud screech. It wasn't just a scream like a baby. It was like somebody was being assaulted in a horrible fashion, which I've seen before. And this guy was just rude. And I didn't say anything rude to him. I just said, oh, he said, never heard a baby scream? I said, not like that. And I walked out, and he had to follow me out of the bathroom and make his mouth run. Exactly. You're on high alert for stuff like that. The guy's lucky and whipping around and piss all over him. Whoop. What the? He's lucky and piss all over him. Can you really suggest Nissan in Tennessee? Walked in the morning and left in the afternoon with my car. Oh, you can suggest Nissan. Well, that's the dealership, Crystal Minar. Every dealership's different. You may not get dealerships at all. Oh, it's Paige Booker's doing her secret underarm ad. Yeah, it's. I mean, I should have just turned around and pissed on the guy. You know. No, I won't start any nightmares. The only nightmare I have is I didn't beat the crap out of him, but he had a baby, so I couldn't do that. Yeah. So, yeah. Where is this going? What do you mean? Where is this going, Cecilia? It's going to where, you know, the guy was just so rude and disrespectful to me. You know, these people, almost nobody serves in uniform, even fewer serve in combat, and they have no regard for people who've given up their lives and suffered for them and missed so many things and dealt with so much trauma that they'll never see in their lifetime. So they can be snarky, rude ass wipes in the bathroom at a supermarket in a small peri-urban town in central Pennsylvania. That's where it's going. It was just rude. Anyway, I've covered the meet and greet was fantastic. Like I said, so by the way, if you're wondering what the thumbnail is, that's the Crab Nebula. That's a lovely, one of my favorite pictures of the Crab Nebula. So I love that purple color. You know, purple's my favorite color. Oh, no. It wasn't going there. Wasn't going there. Yeah, so the Crab Nebula, I don't know if anybody noticed the thumbnail. By the way, for some reason, this stupid stream I set up for 10:30 and it said 11:30. So some people might be waiting an hour from now and not realize that we've gone live. So my apologies for that. I didn't see that. I caught it when I sat down. The eye in the back of your head. Exactly. You have to, that's exactly right. Yeah, anyway, so Crab Nebula. Don't know if anybody saw that. Fort Myers Fire Department is the same as in South Africa. Fort Myers. What is Fort Myers? You mean Fort Myers? FD Fire Department. What do you mean the same as? I don't understand that at all, Dylan. What does that mean? Wow, Dylan says YouTube told him for once. That's impressive. Wow. Remember, I'm not at my IP address, so that's why. So probably get a bigger audience tonight, maybe just because it's emanating from a different IP address. That's the thing. I told you, YouTube zeroes into my IP address. They know where I'm at. Mad Max is here. People have been asking about Mad Max for nights. People have been asking about you for night after night. And I said, the guy's busy working, man. He's making a life. Yeah. You're awake at this hour. Well, so am I, Max. I made it 10:30, so we give South Africans a chance to get up out of bed, you know. Come on, you lazy birds, get up. It's 4:30. Oh, Kasigi just came to look and saw me there. You have a nebula tattoo? That must be wild to look at. Yeah, this photo's of space from the Hubble telescope or something else. Working and doing Uber. You're doing Uber deliveries now? Good Lord, Max. That's crazy. Wow. Do people tip you? I hope they tip you. Albert Schutte, what's going on, brother? JSA, what's going on? You like that Crab Nebula picture too, huh? Dylan's a zombie. All you zombies, yeah. Anyway, so met some fantastic people tonight, some lovely people. I just want to check on something very quickly here. So from where I'm at, Urbana, that's where I want to go. There it is. There's a Starbucks. Yep. Yeah, I'll be going to Starbucks in Urbana in the morning. Maybe meeting with some Canadians. They're South Africans, but they live in Canada. DoorDash, yeah, it's Uber Eats, the same thing. Same thing, different company. They do the same thing. Anyway, just had my first thunderstorm USA. Boom, boom. Wow. Why 2 jobs? Maybe because he didn't make enough money, or he's just trying to pocket a bunch of money so he can get the heck out of where he's at, or move somewhere else, or buy a farm. Who knows? Lots of reasons why people do that. Where the heck am I? I'm not seeing where I'm at on here. Where the heck am I on here? That's where I'm at. Okay. That doesn't look right. That's where I'm at. Okay, just getting back to where I was on the map. Got episodes of Big Bang Theory on here. Hey, Charissa, what's up? Frederick Mostert, what's going on with you? So, yeah. Anyway, just let folks know, guys, take anything earn extra, you must save and invest. Exactly. Exactly, Max is exactly right. You notice Mad Max isn't super chatting because he's saving that money, and he should. But nervous, but lasted about 5 minutes. What were you nervous about, Borbloom? The thunderstorm? You should have seen the thunderstorm in my house a week ago. People heard that. And the power went out when I was live on the radio. Yep, that happens because they're doing construction. They mess with the lines. Really annoying. Starbucks Frappuccinos. Oh, man, I'm going to have to exercise some serious personal discipline. They're delicious. Yaku Stamen, you should try the lavender Frappuccino. That's really good. You got the white chocolate mocha and the lavender. Those are good ones. Peppermint mocha used to be my favorite, but then white chocolate mocha became my favorite. Now lavender it was a seasonal one, but now they're making it year round. So yeah, I have a lavender one. It's probably what I have in the morning. It's not that coffee based. So it's Arctic don't have to lose his mind that I'm drinking it. Yep. Save. New beginnings. Exactly. Yeah. Yeah. So people who falsely claim that I'm trying to make money off refugees, what am I doing? I'm telling you not to spend your money, not to super chat. I could use the money, but I'm telling people not to do it. So anyway, yeah. So I actually watched the WNBA tonight, and I'm really getting irritated with that league. So Caitlin Clark almost had a triple-double. She had 21 points. She could have gotten more. She had 10 rebounds, or not rebounds, 10 assists, and she had 7 rebounds. She could easily have gotten 3 more rebounds, but she didn't play the fourth quarter. Really pissed me off. 60 hours last week. Wow. Hey, Alex, what's going on, man? How are things going on? I hope your house guest is working out okay. We haven't talked about that in a bit. How's Ohio? Yeah, a lot of Yaku's here. Yeah, they're around. It's good news coming this week. Blessings. Okay. Lots of people with good news. Okay. Never had a Frappuccino, says Loretta. Well, it's lots of sweet sugar, so lots of sweet sugar. Pierre Mulman says, a privilege to meet you today. Thanks for your effort and contributions to the lives of the community. Very well. Thank you, Pierre. It's a pleasure to meet you too. Did I meet a Pierre today, or is that a pseudonym? I'm trying to remember if I met a Pierre today. By the way, he took a lovely photograph. I didn't ask anybody if any problems with the photograph. I usually do, but so I didn't show it yet, but I'll send it to some of the people who are there. Yeah, today was nice. That's why I put everything I brought in surge protectors, because lightning can get really bad at times. Yeah, well, normally the surge protector will do the trick. Yeah, surge protectors are obligatory. You should always have a surge protector, no matter where you live in the world. If for no other reason, like in Africa, because the voltage, it fluctuates, goes up and down. So it's always doing that. So if anybody's worried about it wearing tonight, I'm wearing a rugby shirt tonight. I know that's backwards, but it says the maroon cunt. Maroon cunt. Yep, that's the maroon side. It's Stellies. Ah, okay. There you go. Oh, okay. Oh, yeah. Okay. Did I not get you? I'm confused. Yes, you guys were fun. It's nice chatting with you guys. Yeah, tomorrow morning, folks, I'm going to, and someone that's listening knows what I'm talking about. So it's the Starbucks in Urbana. It's off of 270. So I'll go there tomorrow morning, 8 o'clock. And that's just a little ways up the road for me. Well, more than a little ways, but yeah, Urbana, there it is. Urbana is really growing out of control. It used to be almost nothing there, but now it's a whole bunch of stuff been built there. But it's a place, when you go up 270, you've got to make a sharp right-hand turn, and you come down to a stop, you turn left, drive up the street, you go around the roundabout, and you go 3/4 of the way around the roundabout and just go straight. There's a Starbucks there, and there's a McDonald's right behind it. Yeah, the Starbucks. I've been to that one many, many times. There's a PNC Bank right on the roundabout. So, yep, that's tomorrow morning, 8 o'clock. I'm supposed to meet some South Africans there. Yep. Vilma, good morning to you. Hochandit. Virginia takes a lot of tax, so you have to work 2 jobs. You get to see the state and learn a lot and get connections for future jobs. Well, a lot of states take a lot of tax. You got to be careful where you go, folks. Someone was asking me earlier about a good place to go, and it's tough to say. It depends what you're looking for. If you're getting older and you're looking towards retirement, you want to go to a place that doesn't hit your retirement, or a state that doesn't have income tax, like Tennessee. Florida doesn't have income tax, but housing is outrageous in Florida, and there's way too many people down there. Yep. Storm was hectic. Heard it over your broadcast. Made me think of my storms. P.S. Those in the USA, Google advisory on how to survive thunderstorms. Thunderstorms, no big deal, man. What you want to worry about is hurricanes and tornadoes. If you live in Florida, hurricanes, especially on the Atlantic coast, and in the Midwest, tornadoes. Excuse me. I have a conundrum for you. My brother-in-law was in the Rhodesian Army for 2 months. In '74, he was discharged due to epilepsy on the refugee program. They want all military. What's the conundrum? Can he get any information from Zimbabwe? Probably not. And you simply are honest with them and tell them. Oh, there you go. Do obvious reasons to how to fix this. Well, there's nothing you can do other than do an affidavit. It's obvious that you tell them you had to flee from one country, so it won't supply the data. So it's impossible to get something that doesn't exist. That's what you have to tell them. Houston, yeah. See, everybody talks about Texas, Texas, Texas. You're in Houston, and you're talking about high taxes. Bowling Green, Kentucky. Yes, I have, Stephen. Oh, you're there. Okay. Yep, I've been there. Been a while, but I have been there. Yep. Yeah, Kentucky's lovely. World According to Briggs did a video recently about state taxes best avoid worst top 10. I have no idea who Briggs is, but that must be a YouTube channel. Thanks for sharing that. Yeah, no, but it's more than just taxes, because you still have to pay federal tax. You can't get out of that. So it's more than just taxes. It's also quality of life, affordability of housing, services, leisure time. Tennessee's got all that. It's a lovely state. Lovely state. Now, I don't know why people want Texas. And I hear people that some of them went there regretting it. So, yep. Lions roaring in the background. Where is that at? Yeah, Hendrik, I don't know what to tell you about that. I mean, all you can tell them, they don't accept an affidavit, then that's just wrong. I mean, I can't fix that if they're unwilling to accept that. I mean, you're not denying them the documents. That's unacceptable. They have to process your case. If they're going to deny you because you can't get documents from a corrupt country, that makes no sense whatsoever. Ex-military. U.S. ex-military? Okay. Why are they regretting it? Because they can't find jobs in Texas, and it's not as lovely as they thought it was. Some people are bitching about how hot it is. It's only May. Again, all these people, I'm going to Texas, I'm going to Texas, I'm going to Texas, and then retards encouraging people to out-migrate going to Texas. I warn people. Yeah, exactly, Frederick. It's lekker warm here in Texas. Yeah, it's too warm. Wait till June, July, and August, September. Yeah. Anyway, it's not the land of milk and honey people make it out to be. Texas is nice, but you know, if you don't want to be forced to speak Spanish, you want to be. Anyway, look, I'm not trying to speak ill of Texas. I'm just trying to say that a lot of people, for some reason, South Africans have this idiotic idea that Texas is the best place to be in America. It's not. There are nice places in Texas, but it's not the best place to be in America. It's simple as that. I'm telling you that. Simple as that. But any place you go, you can be lovely. So, ooh, Andre Mustard had a Frappuccino. There's a lot of you apparently in America now that I'm not realizing. Yep. No news for 2 weeks. Yeah, you're way behind. A football match where the team got struck? Huh. I've never seen anyone struck by lightning. I've heard about it. I've never seen anybody. Proudly Bormeister says, anywhere will be safer than here. Yeah, no, that's probably true. South Africa. Yep. Iowa's amazing. Yeah, it's amazing. It's also boring, but it's lovely. Not nearly as green. And that's the one comment I got from people today. They're just amazed because now they've seen spring and the trees are fully in bloom. And they're like, they can't believe how green it is in Maryland. Like, well, yeah, and try coming to Pennsylvania. It's even greener. Thank you so much. They must request a re-interview. Who's that? I'm not sure what to say, Hendrik. I mean, that's a messed up situation. I mean, you're dealing with people that are stupid, that don't understand what's going on down there, and they're supposed to be processing it. That really is irritating me. South Africa that's been here for a couple of years, they said if U.S. citizens don't have jobs, it's a choice. Exactly. That's Veroshka. That's what I said. Listen to this guy, says Pierre. No, I mean, that's what I said. I mean, you know, if you don't find a job in America, you don't want to work. Now, that doesn't mean you're going to find a job in your chosen career field, although today, one of the South African refugees found a job in her career field. She's got a bit of a commute, but she found a job, and she's starting next week. Really cool. Confused, thought you didn't have a say where you were going and go where you're told they're placing it, unless I'm wrong. I'm not sure what you're talking about, JF, Fun in the Sun. What do you mean? You don't have a say where you go. You can request, you can, if you have a sponsor, you can say you'd like to go here if you've got a justification. But my friend who's in Milwaukee, I was his U.S. tie. We've known each other for 6 years. He's a refugee. I was his U.S. tie. He asked to go to Florida, and they sent him to Wisconsin. Wisconsin is nowhere near Pennsylvania. It's certainly nowhere near Florida. But you're not chained to where you go. You go where the hell you want. But if you're going to out-migrate, you better damn well make sure you have an idea what you're doing. Most people have no idea, and they just screw things up for themselves and for other people. No, Alan, I get what you're saying. They're trying to do the same thing in Perth they did, the same thing Texas did in Perth, but it isn't going to work. Perth was a small town. There's no small town they're going to. They're all going to Dallas. Almost all are going to Dallas. And they're just a tiny little drop in a large bucket. There's a hell of a lot more Mexicans in Dallas than there are Afrikaners, so that ain't going to work. If they want to do that, they're going to have to move to somewhere like Brown Falls, New Brown Falls, something like that. Yeah. Okay, now you're with me. Cool. A stove and oven is called a range. That's correct. It's a range. Right. We don't use stoves anymore. We use ovens. Stoves were for, you know, prehistoric times. People still use the word though. Exactly, Reddit. It's what you make of it. I never envisioned myself living in Pennsylvania, but I have a pretty decent life there, even though I face a lot of challenges with some stupid people. But yeah, it's what you make of it. The one really good saving grace about Pennsylvania, why I didn't leave there, is they don't tax my retirement income, which saves me 3%. 3% can be a lot of money at some point. Well, JSFA, use Google. It's your friend. I'll explain to you why we use the term range. Yep. But you can still say a stove if you want to buy a stove. People know what you're talking about. Yeah. Because a range typically has an oven, and it has burners on top, and oftentimes it has a microwave up over top that. So that's what a range is. covers more than just an oven. It's more than a stove. A range is more than a stove. Stoves don't have burners on top, either gas or electric. Creamy TTT said, I got here in January, found a job 2 weeks now. I'm going for trained to be a CNA. What's a CNA? Certified Nursing Assistant. Then they do offer nursing school for CNA, so I'll be doing that. Yaku has possibility to move to Michigan. Okay. Lana Hurts, what's going on? Yeah, look, you just got to be smart about it. If you're going to be out migrating, you need to be smart about it. There's people. I talked to someone today who was encouraged by some idiot to out migrate when she got here. It would have been a foolish mistake because the person, no, come here, go here. Person was telling refugees to out migrate. And she told me today that she ignored that person and she has a fantastic job, got a car, and living her life as best she can. She's doing quite well in the DC area. So this is someone that was encouraged by an idiot to out migrate. And she got her Social Security, she got her EAD, she's got an apartment. It's not the best place, but she was looking at moving. And she's got a car and she's got a job and she's pretty darn happy. It was good to see her again today. So happy to see her. But some idiot told her to out migrate. So that person would have moved up to another part of the country and probably still wouldn't have a job and be suffering. Yeah, a wood burning stove is a stove, but a range is something different. Lots of folks in Michigan, says Jacques. Well, there are some. It's one of the top 10 states, but single all-in-one appliance. Thank you, JSA. That's what I said. That combines an oven with the stove top or cooktop on top for boiling, frying. Google's your friend. That's what I said. And I also explained it while you were looking for it on Google. Yeah, range includes more than just a stove and oven. Yep. Well, it depends where you are in Michigan, Yaku. If I was in Michigan, I would prefer to be in the Upper Peninsula where nobody's at. And it's nature. It's gorgeous. It's like Canada South without the Canadians. Canada South without the Canadians. I used to love Canada, but boy, Canada's really pissed me off the bat ever since COVID. Really. But even before COVID, the Canadians used to punch above their weight, but they really don't now. Quincy, there's a place called Quincy, Massachusetts. I don't know Quincy, Michigan. Let's see where Quincy's at. Let me see where that's at. Quincy, Michigan. Q-I-N-C-Y, Michigan. Okay, a village in Michigan. Well, villages already got my attention. I like villages. Branch County, population 1,554. That's tiny. Yeah, this is a one-horse town. Let's see where it's at. Oh, it's next to a lake. Okay, I'm liking this so far. Oh, that's almost in Indiana. Yeah, nowhere near Detroit. That's okay. It's south of Battle Creek. Battle Creek is a huge Kellogg's plant up there. So that's just north of there. It's probably not that far a drive, I would think. Yeah, no, okay. Never been there. Never been to Quincy. Been to Detroit, though, and I've been up the state to Grayling, Michigan, which is pretty far up there. Grayling is pretty awesome. And then the Upper Peninsula, that's my kind of place. Upper Peninsula, UP. Yep. Yep. We arrived in Oklahoma City end of April. Really enjoying here. Well, that's good. Lots of folks coming over. IRC still didn't give me a breakdown expenses to arrive, and they paid rent very late. And some newly convicted couple was told they can't get Medicaid by a senator court. There you go. There you go, Mad Max. There you go. Well done. Bullmock plan, right? Every sport and text excellence. No, Platinum Bear. No. Stop. I'm going to disabuse every one of you right now. Don't you dare, any of you, say support is great in this state. Support is great here. Support. You don't know that. Texas is a big ass state with hundreds of agencies. You've got one agency and you've got one agent. I can show you agencies where there's a good agent in the office and crappy ones and people who are South Africans getting fantastic service and getting terrible service. Don't say it's good in Texas. Say your experience in Texas with your agency and your case officer has been fantastic. That's what you can say. But you can't say it's fantastic in Texas. Sorry, Platinum Bear. I got to call you on that one. But we'll probably relocate after first year. But asked me today if we have met any women as yet. I told them I met widows and divorcees. Got tattoos. I can't unsee that. Can't see yourself next to a roadmap. That's funny, Alan. At 150 in Ann Arbor, agency is great, doing great. Yeah, well, we also had a lot of trouble in Ann Arbor last year. A lot of people in Ann Arbor with a lot of problems. So with their agency. So I'm glad to hear things are better. But guys, you have to remember that I can't say I take credit for this, but I can tell you for a fact that many of these agencies, after I began reporting on this and dropping names and then mentioning the agencies doing a good job and those that are not doing a good job, and after I talked to OR, things have gotten better in many places. Not across the board, but for a lot of people. More and more ready for US. Spent yesterday at farm. Okay, Lana. We have an odd question. What, in your opinion, is the most underrated state to you? Underrated? Well, Wyoming. You guys going to know all about snow come winter. Make sure that wax spray underneath your vehicle, salt when the road is going to chow and rust your vehicle. Stephen, you know, I lived in the snow belt, in the rust belt. I've never had a rusty car. Never. You just clean your car. You'll be fine. Yaku says their agency's been good so far. Thai helps, but it took a lot of work to get help from my Thai agency to find me and take it seriously. I'm blessed. All right, Kate Sumari. But you're still in South Africa, Sumari. Yeah, Sigis doesn't care where she goes. She'll make it work, okay? Correct. Michigan is the Great Lakes Naval Training Center is the basic training for the Navy. They send you there. And the Air Force does theirs in San Antonio, Texas. The Army does theirs at Fort Jackson, Fort Leonard Wood, and they used to do it more places. And in Fort, they keep changing the names of the forts anyway. Yaku's in Indianapolis, late March, setting in so far. Okay. We're here less than a month. Our apartment's beautiful. We may be getting our job June 1st. Hopefully tomorrow we get a car. Sport. Wow, that's fantastic. Took care of my cat's needs, but they're terrorizing with their zoomies. April 1st, and it was no joke, says Frederick. Okay. Maine and Conway looks beautiful. Maine is a state. Conway, what is Conway? Is that a town? Where? Fort Wayne. My agent is not in Fort Wayne. I don't even think there's one in Fort Wayne, but he did his best. 2-hour drive. Okay. Gotcha. What do you mean? Learn the word gotcha. Hisigi, I would caution you about speaking to financial advisors, okay? They make money by making money off you. You don't need that, okay? What I would suggest for you, Hisigi, is the following. When you get here, if you've got money to transfer over, savings, retirement, stuff like that, go to libraries and read about investing, about mutual funds and retirement accounts. Or I can talk to you, but I don't recommend financial advisors. I will never tell you what you do with your money, but I will tell you what's possibility, what's available at no charge. Angelique is going to the clinic. Well, below Minnesota winters are rough, so yeah. So skirting AD within 2 weeks, yep. Bonita, what's up? Lots of people in the US now. Yeah, I see that, Heidi. Lots coming over. And no super chats. Oh, Conway in New Hampshire. And also Salem. Salem is in Massachusetts. See, you're welcome. Saving the best, listen to the Colonel's advice. Yep. Yeah, saving cash and PayPal. Well, that's a good way to do it too, but I don't really fully trust PayPal, so it's always a good idea to take some cash out of there now and then once you have an account here. Upper Peninsula native recently met South African family of 4 adults resettled in Wausau across the street from me. Wonderful family. Okay, Deborah Wright, are you a UP native? Is that what you're saying? I don't think I've ever met someone from the Upper Peninsula who's actually from there. Welcome to the program. How did you find us, Deborah Ryan? That's interesting. Ulrich Fenter's here. I want my money to grow, not sit somewhere. Well, yeah, my money grows. It doesn't grow moss. Oh, wow. Deborah Ryan, how did you find us? That's pretty cool. I don't know what you mean by the 0-day exploit, Holden. The Microsoft story I know, good God, that's supposed to be attractive. Looking at this Sono Bello. These women have tattoos everywhere. I'm sorry, that's not appealing. Nope, sorry. I guess I'm just biased. There's no such thing as preferred state for single people. You go work, preferred state is what you make of it, okay? Every state has its pluses and minuses. But if you were to ask me a state and I'll tell you if I'd want to live there. Let's do that. Let's do that. You ask me a state and I'll tell you if I want to live there, okay? In the chat, somebody mentioned a state and I'll tell you if I want to live there. You just found my videos this week. Well, Deborah, thank you for finding. I don't know how that happened. So Deborah, if you don't know about my channel, let me just quickly give you a quick summary. And for those who found Colorado, I could live in Colorado, but I'm not thrilled with it. It's changed too much. So I'm a retired U.S. Army colonel. Indiana's okay, but not where I want to live. I spent 36 and a half years in the Army, 34 in active duty. I lived in 16 countries. I served in Germany 3 times, in Italy, lived in Tunisia, Liberia, Botswana, Malawi, Nigeria, Mauritania, Uganda, Ethiopia, and Africa. I worked at the Defense Intelligence Agency, where I was an intelligence analyst. I wrote a presidential brief. It saved 640,000 people from starving to death in Africa. I wrote 1,200 intelligence products in 3 years there. I worked at the National Security Agency, where I was the chief of staff for a $3 billion acquisition program. I was in the Gulf War and did multiple combat tours, served in Bosnia, also the Kosovo campaign and the war on terrorism. And I worked at U.S. Africa Command. I was at the, I taught at the U.S. Army War College at Iowa State University, counterintelligence agent, a tactical intelligence officer, strategic intelligence officer, signals intelligence officer, and a foreign area officer for Africa. Well, Nadine, no, you see, the PayPal fees don't exist if you have dollars. Yeah, they don't exist if you have dollars. If dollars, I take money out of my PayPal account, it doesn't cost me anything in dollars. When it's foreign currency, yes, there's a fee. Yeah. So I do this program. I do a daily news program 7 days a week. Very quickly there for Ms. Ryan. Where'd she go there? She's Deborah Ryan. So I do 7 days a week. I do the news, and I do it unlike anyone else. I read the news daily in English, German, French, and Afrikaans. And I pay like $5,000 to $6,000 a year for subscriptions to all these news sites so that I can read the news, analyze the news. And I also do breaking news stories. Last year in December, I broke 3 stories that were global news stories about the Refugee program, which is pretty cool. So I do documentaries. I attend conferences. I give public lectures. I teach, and I have a consultancy. So Bonnie says, early here, I'll look careful now without having to put in 2 extra zeros, which would hop me right back to me. Well, thank you, Bonnie, for 35 Rand. Yes, and I'm a published author in academic circles with Academic Press, so with Stellenbosch University, South African Army War College here in the States, and in Popular Press, and I write for newspapers, and and I have my own radio show in Nashua, New Hampshire, every Wednesday night, Common Sense Conservatives. And I'm a judge of elections in my county in Pennsylvania, which means Tuesday, there'll be no broadcast on my channel because from 5:30 in the morning until midnight, I'll be tied up with the election Tuesday night. So, yep, that's twice a year, the primaries. This year it's on May 19th, and then the general election in November. I covered the election in South Africa in 2024. I was there on the ground, 14 polling stations. What expenses? Oh, they mentioned it. Holden, I missed that story. Sorry. I don't know what expense you're talking about, Holden. You have to be self-employed or have a business to write off expenses. Cecilia Kruger's welcoming you to the Wyatt Army there, Deborah. Thanks for joining us. Yep. All this, yeah, I can write those off. You're right. Yeah, but okay. So yeah, that's true. But people act like that's just a good thing. All that does is lower my taxes. So if I pay $1,000, that means I get $280 less in tax, but I still lost $720. You see, 28% tax rate, $1,000 income. I pay $1,000 subscriptions. I don't get $1,000 back. I get to take $280 off my taxes. So I'm still paying $720. So you make it sound like it's a gravy thing. Yes, I can write them off, but it's not like I get the money back. I handled financial side of refugee resettlement in Metro Chicago. Oh, okay. Well, Deborah, that's interesting. That's fascinating. So you were in this business about refugees right after the Immigration and Nationality Act 1980 was passed, after the influx of people from Southeast Asia, the Vietnamese boat people coming over. Yeah, so you were, yeah, wow, that's fascinating. In the 1980s, I was in the Army, and then at university, and then back in the Army. Yep. Well, thanks for joining us, Deborah. It's nice to be here. I'm glad you subscribed and you've hung around. So we do night owls. I try to do it every night except Saturday night. I need a break at least one night a week. I'm on the road tonight. I'm in a hotel in Germantown, Maryland, after the braai this afternoon with South Africans. But UP native. Are you still in the UP or did you move? UP is awesome. I love the UP. Just, mosquitoes are kind of annoying, but they're everywhere. Nadine's off for a bit. I have to work in 1 hour, 40 minutes. Okay. So Loretta says I'll be busy on her husband's birthday and her wedding anniversary. I didn't know it was his birthday and I didn't know it was your wedding anniversary. Congratulations for both those things. Yeah. So yeah, that's coming up. Sue Marie, thank you, Colonel, for all the hours of entertainment news. Well, that's what we try to do with the Night Owls, more of an entertainment. We also cover the news. I got a little bit of news to cover tonight, but before we do that, let's talk about bobbing in potholes. You ready, folks? Here we go.
Dobber in die potholes.
Ooh, yeah.
Johannesburgse straat het vanaand golwe. Gryp jou sweeftuig, jou styf vas. Plons, plons, stamp en swaai.
Plonge, plonge.
Nog 'n as is oorlede. Arme ou Helen se het met 'n glimlag getuimel. En 'n slag het geval wat diep genoeg is om binne te swem. Kameras flits oral, sy het gewyn net soos 'n koningin. Rugslag in die pad gedoen, asof dit 'n oortoneel is. Die keer is heeltemal gekraak en verkrummel, die baanlyne het verdwyn. Jy het 'n bergreddingsspan nodig.
World relief, okay.
Oorskakel. Daar is taksies wat sinkheid ontwyk soos 'n slalom afdraande wedren. En elke reënerige middag word 'n waterpark skande. Straatligte flikker, rookbotte dood, duisternis dans oor hoopse. Oor die krag op wekkers gons, nog 'n kragonderbreking het uiteindelik gekom. Ons dobber in die slaggat, plons deur die pyn, probeer om nie nog 'n somerreën te hidroplaneer nie. Dobber in die slaggat, lag net om te hanteer, sing deur die chaos terwyl ons aan het touw hang. Kan enigiemand die roep hoor, voordat die hele ding begin ineenstort. Die treine ry nie volgens skedule nie, want die kabels is almal gekraak. Hospitaalplafonne lek terwyl die waglyne dik word. Elektrisiteit is 'n gereg wat 'n uur per dag verskyn, dan verdwyn sy stouerkrag wanneer die rekeninge betaal moet word. Intussen drink politici skemerkokkies by die see, konvooie vlieg verby die skades wat nie die fooi kan bekostig nie. Die mense jaag eindeloos vir brood en gemoedsrus, terwyl beloftes van die parlement nog moeiliker word om te vind. Raadsaal hoeke, parlement, skelms en blindklere. Safers wat stil maal, wonder hoe dat gebeur het. Ons dobber in die slaggat, dryf deur die vloed, probeer ons vaardigheid bo die stygende modderou. Dobber in die slaggatte, alle kere langs mekaar, swart en wit en bruin, saam op hierdie hobberige rit. Almal vol spanning, tot skaal voet in die reën. Die gangsters dra ontwerpers pakke, of kruip weg agter aan te lakke stewels. Sommige dra geweer, sommige dra stemme, sommige glimlag net en maak ook kele skoon. 32 lang jare verby, vra die mense steeds, hoekom? Vryheid moet nie verval beteken nie, of skraap net om elke dag te leef. Emokassie, emancipasie, mense roep, red dan die nasie. Vryheid van die eindelose gierigheid, vryheid beteken die mense leef. Ons en ik slag uit de maan. Zit nog niet verdrukt, niet. Het steeds ritme, het steeds vuur, het steeds onbetaalde schuld.
Wow, people leaving left and right.
En duidelijk, misschien als ons genoeg schreeuw. Ga niemand door. Johannesburg veranderd, zwembad in zijn straten. Dans op en storten.
Well, the Harley Davidson factory is right down the road from my house.
In of andere manier voort. Zuid-Afrika, ons het jou nou nodig. Plaats, plaats, stap, stap. Nog een band wat loskomt. Maar die muziek blij aanrol.
Cool, this is a good one. Tell me what you think of this. Just made while we were waiting for that music to finish, and we lost 10 viewers. That always happens when music plays. I don't get that, what YouTube is up to. So I'm going to shoot. How can I do this? I can't show you. You'll have to see it later. Sorry, I'm not at home, so I can't bring it up on the screen. I just realized that. So I'm not using my laptop. The camera on the laptop is not as good as my phone. So. Yep, I just realized that. Son of a gun, thumbnails. These are the ones I was in Vegas. Yes, I know my subscription runs out soon. Leave me alone, stupid Microsoft, you bastards. Anyway, I hate Microsoft. New slide. Okay, that was when I was in Las Vegas. I made a file with thumbnails in it. I don't want OneDrive open. Why do they always do that? So I'm just making a thumbnail for the video I produced earlier about Ramaphosa. Downloads, here we go. So you'll just have to wait and see it, I guess, when I... Yeah, there we go. So Cool Beans, got it. Interview Deborah, she's one. Well, I don't know. Oh, you're in Wisconsin. Yeah, Wausau's nice. Oh, you did mention Wausau earlier. Sorry, I heard it, but then I missed it. Deborah, would you be curious or interested in giving an interview? Would that be something that appealed to you? Just asking. Just asking. Would that be something that interests you? If you're interested in it, I interview people about the refugee program. I think people would find interesting what you did in the refugee program back then. Yep. Well, this is a good thumbnail. I like this one that I just made. Okay. I'm going to do this here. This is a JPEG. Hold on. There we go. I had to give it a name. And we're back to 110. See, it's weird how the music works when I do that whenever I play music. It doesn't matter what music I play, it happens. All right. So now I can put that in there. So there we go. Got it. So this is a South Africa video. Decided to get a new obsession learning Spanish. No thanks. I'm not learning Spanish. I speak 6 languages. I refuse to learn Spanish. You can't make me learn the Spanish that people are trying to bifurcate my society with. Not that people speak Spanish, but the politicals like to do that. Right. Okay, I guess that's all I can put in there. Only in South Africa. Put some keywords in here. Recording date was today. Creative Commons. Do not allow remixing. News and politics. Only subscribers and members can comment. Otherwise, the trolls and turds show up left and right. And then I'll publish this one. Cyril refuses to face the music. It changes to capital letters so it stands out a little bit better. Over Pala Pala. First time I hear, I grew up in Katu. My father worked at Sishin for years. What's devastating? What did I miss? I'm looking away for a second. What did I miss? Okay, hang on a second here. What did I miss about that? That would be an interesting interview if she's interested in it. Deborah Ryan. So we can San Diego, hopefully they'll be moving to an apartment. Well, congratulations, Eleanor Runger. Wow, a lot of new arrival refugees have rocked into tonight's broadcast. What's going on? For those Malva pudding lovers, I've replaced the pudding with Ben and Jerry's strawberry cheesecake. Oh, you like that song? Yeah. Moscow. Yeah, Wisconsin. I like Wisconsin. Yep, Wisconsin's got some lovely spots to it. Yep. So when I was teaching at Iowa State, and I had years ago, I had students from Minnesota and from Wisconsin. And one day after I finished class, a couple of my students hung around as I was putting all my notes up, and they came up and asked me questions. Captain Wyatt. And I'm talking to them, and one from Wisconsin, I think it was, says, you know what Iowa stands for? I said, yeah, I think it's a Sioux name. Because no, it's not a Native American name. It's an acronym. I said, acronym. What is Iowa an acronym for? And then the Iowa students started rolling their eyes because they'd heard this before. He said that Iowa stands for idiots out walking around. So, God. Minnesota, Iowa, Wisconsin, Iowa. Oh, it's like West Virginia, Ohio, Maryland, Pennsylvania. Anyone see the public protector threatening the public? They're supposed to protect you up to $40,500 almost Diablo. Not sure. Oh, the Sishin Bridge. Okay. All right, so I did have a couple of news stories to talk about tonight. Ramaphosa's got his Stalingrad defense in. He's not going, he said, he'll listen to what the court says, but no, he's just going to try to defeat the means of justice by playing the Stalingrad game. And the World Health Organization has declared Ebola outbreak in the DRC and Uganda. And over 300 people now have been hit with Ebola. Wow. Jennifer Aniston. I've seen her in years. Anyway, so that's what's going on there. To critics, Trump remarks reveal billionaire out of touch. Boy, they just love to just slam all over him. Oh, that's what I want to. Did you guys see this? There was a midair collision at Mountain Home Air Force Base in Idaho. That's just north of Twin Falls, where a lot of the refugees are living, and below Boise, where more refugees live. I was just out there, Mountain Home. I was going to visit it. They just had an air show today, and oh my goodness, it was just like an hour before I went live. There was a midair collision between two F-18s. Let me see if I can find that. I had that thing here. Here it is. Yeah. Two EA-18 fighter jets collide at Mountain Home Air Show. All four pilots ejected safely. All four crew members ejected safely after two Navy jets collided and crashed Sunday during air show at Mountain Home Air Base. The collision involved two U.S. Navy's E-18G Growlers from the Electronic Attack Squadron. Yeah, well, those are not aerial demonstration. Those electronic warfare aircraft, EAs. Why in the world would they be doing that? For Whidbey Island. The aircraft performing an aerial demonstration when the crash happened. Why would electronic warfare aircraft? Yeah, and you can see them all ejecting. It's incredible footage. It's absolutely incredible footage. It's pretty wild. It's almost like the planes run in each other and hang in each other before they break up. It's pretty wild. I can't show it to you here because it's just, let me see.
Breaking news tonight, 4 crew members are safe after a midair collision at the Gunfighter Skies Air Show in Mountain Home. Shane Ogden sharing this video with us today. You can take a moment and watch what's happening there. You saw the pilots ejecting with parachutes as the two planes collide.
And the chutes are coming right down on the burning planes. I guess there's no wind.
Tonight, all crew members in the EA-18 aircraft are safe. We don't know if any have any injuries. No one at the air show was hurt.
Good Lord, that was insane. I saw that. Yeah, here's if you want to see, the BBC has a story. The moment two fighter jets collide in midair collision, it's incredible. These two come together. They're coming at each other like this, and they come together in an aerial movement like this. It's like they catch and they get hung up in midair, and for a couple seconds, and then they like break apart, and then all 4 chutes are filled. It was incredible to watch. I mean, pretty horrific. That cost us $36 million, or actually they're 20 plus million per aircraft. So they're hooked up. They do a death dance, and now they break apart. Wow, 4 chutes come out. 2 aircraft are still connected as they crash to the ground. It's incredible. Unbelievable. It's amazing that they even got out. Those two planes were spinning around doing this. It's crazy. What an incredible. I've got to try to find that on X. I'm going to go to X and see if I can find that and get that video. That's just unbelievable. That's just something else. Mountain home. Let's see if I get something that shows up that way. There it is. Footage of midair collision. That's just insane. Wow, I'm going to download that video. Man. That's hectic, as South Africans like to say. And all four of them are alive. That's just incredible. Wow. Wow, that's something else. You watch it, man. It is weird, Chugsy. That was something else. I mean, that was wild. I mean, it's weird. I mean, I don't even understand what they were doing. They're not demonstration aircraft. These are electronic warfare aircraft. So I really don't understand what was going on there. That whole thing was bizarre. Okay. They ejected low altitude. I thought they were doing the Cobra twist. Yeah, I know that, Alan. That's what they look like. They're like the two planes came together like this, and then they turned over and then started to break apart, and then all four chutes came out. It's crazy. No, it's on X. Just type in Mountain Home. You'll find it. Looks like someone is having a verbal issue directed at you. What are you talking about, Rudolph? What are you talking about? I don't know what you're talking about. Deborah says a phone interview. Oh, you don't want to be on camera, Deborah? That's fine. We can do a Zoom interview where you're off camera, if that's okay. Rudolph, what are you talking about? Nerve-wracking. Oh, I can't imagine being in those planes, and she just got to be happy. Ronell, what's going on? I didn't even know you were here. Rudolph, what are you talking about? Who's having a verbal altercation directed at me? What are you talking about? Now you've got me curious. Yeah, anyway. Wow, that was that's something else. That's just crazy. Yeah, I forgot to mention that earlier. I mean, that's just crazy. Good morning, Nicole Nell. What's going on? Just before I left, my dad took me on a tour of Sishan Oil. Okay. Oh, the White House has announced $17 billion farm product deal with China. China. That's what I want to talk about. China will purchase $17 billion per year in U.S. agricultural products over the next 3 years. So Trump got something out of the trip, but that's not a whole lot, to be honest. China will purchase $17 billion per year in U.S. agricultural products over the next 3 years. Agreed to purchase 12 million metric tons of soybeans in the last 2 months, 2025, and 25 million metric tons of soybeans for each of 3 years, 26, 27, 28. China fell the top 5 destinations for U.S. agricultural exports as shipments dropped to 8.4 billion. Mexico is the largest market for U.S. agricultural exports in 2025, followed by Canada, European Union, and Japan. Chinese officials agreed to purchase. So, yeah, they're going to buy goods from us. There you go. So, we got something. But he's floating, banning Taiwan. I assume he's just talking not nonsense like he often does. So, there was a 250th anniversary prayer dedication in D.C. on the National Mall, and the left media are attacking it. Yeah, here, 4 crew members eject safely after 2 Navy jets crashed during air show in Idaho. Oh. Crew members in stable condition. They locked down the base after the remainder of the air show was canceled. Shane Ogden said he was filming 2 jets that came close together. The video he captured shows 2 aircraft appear to make contact, then spin in tandem as the crew members eject and their parachutes open. The planes then fall together, exploding to a fireball impact as crew members drop to the ground. It's the first one at the base since 2018 when a hang glider died during a crash in an air show. In 2003, a Thunderbird aircraft crashed while attempting to maneuver. The pilot was not hurt and was able to steer the plane away from the crowd and eject less than a second before it hit the ground. Huh. The Iran war led to the cancellation of 10 air shows this year at bases for military units for flying missions related to the conflict. So they'll take a look at what happened here. Rededicate 250. Yeah, big prayer session. Yeah, no casualties. I think it was last time we had a trade deal with China for soybeans, we got C-19. We've always had a trade deal with China for soybeans. That's not the last time. You were right. Again, Cornelius Mulder stated in a recent Marola media interview that Fearful Plus does not need to hunt for new members just to pick them up. Yep. Oh, thank you. Appreciate when people might recognize my analysis hits money on. One of my former colleagues got Fulbright scholarships to Oxford and London. Thus, colleague ended up teaching in Australia too and ended up retiring from feds on immigration and meeting refugees. Okay, Deborah, that's interesting. Jen Blick, what's going on? Okay. Yeah, that's crazy. These planes just like, man, high performance aircraft. I could have been a pilot. I had the eyesight. Decided not to do it. I wanted to be an intelligence officer. Then I didn't realize the time I could have been an intelligence officer and a pilot. By the way, my video about Pala Pala being much worse than anyone thinks on Facebook now is at 419,000 views. Another 120,000 and I'll surpass my best performing YouTube video ever. But the irony is on Facebook, I have just 18,000 followers. Yeah, and when I got to 500,000 on YouTube, I think I had 35,000, 40,000 followers when I got that 500,000 plus video. So yeah, and the one I did earlier today, no, I'm sorry, that's not earlier today. Why is it not showing me? Okay, this page is not uploading. Come on. The most recent one had not loaded up there. I did the 1 year anniversary of the first South African arrivals. We did that live stream with people calling in. That one has just a few views because most South Africans are asleep now, but that was, wait, that's not it either. Yeah, no, that's okay. Yeah, I just loaded that. So that was from a few days ago on the 12th. So almost a week ago. And I just loaded here. So the one I did about people facing evictions got 71,000 views. The no Starlink, 66,000 views, 419,000 views for the other one. I mean, look, and I realize that you get credit for views much quicker on Facebook than you do on YouTube, 3 seconds versus 30 seconds. But if 414,000 people saw my video, whether they watch it or not, that's a hell of a lot more than YouTube is letting see it because they hide my content. I'm surprised that Deborah found my channel with the way they hide stuff. Anyway, so yeah, but let me look at my performance dashboard. Here we go. Yeah, so 283,000 views on May 12th. Even got a few people signed up for the membership on Facebook. Thank you for that. Every little bit helps. Appreciate that. I'll start making content just for Facebook before too long, just because. Yep, so appreciate it. Why is it not going to? There we go. That's what I want. There we go. Chicago colleague Lorraine Micah spent decades. Oh, that would be interesting, Deborah. Yeah, Sona Bloom, thank you. I'm behind on the interviews. I've got several people, including a colored gentleman, offer to do it, and the days just aren't mine. I don't control them. Like I wasn't planning on coming to Maryland today, but then I got invited down here, and there was a chance to see some of the refugees from Riverdale and also meet a bunch of new ones. And so I was honored to be asked, and it was doable. So I had to rejigger everything, but I did it. I could have done interviews today, but I didn't do it. Tomorrow I won't be able to do interviews because I'm traveling back, and then I've got my own interview. I'm being interviewed in the afternoon, plus some other stuff. I have to set up the polling station. Tuesday I'm out all day, so I might be able tomorrow afternoon to ask a few people to do interviews, but then I have to set up for later in the week. So last week wasn't doable. So I'm trying. but the travel is exhausting, and it's very. I'm not 22 anymore, so it does take a lot out of you doing the travel, driving, the flying, engaging with people. So thank you, Son of Bloom. Best bet, send me an email and mention ready to do an interview in the subject. You can put it in all caps. Unlike the chat, you can put it in all caps in the subject line on email and get my attention. I'll print it out and put it in the stack, and I'll try to contact you as soon as feasible, okay? Yeah, Chugsy, that's just agriculture. That doesn't include the microchips and the components and all the other things we sell to China. Haley, what's going on? Will the Ryan claim the downing of these two aircraft? Probably. I've been to Kimberly. Funny story. I went to Kimberly the first time I drove to Kimberly. That was when I went to watch the Springboks play against the All Blacks in Bloemfontein back in 2009, I think it was. First time I went to Kimberly. And so I drove from Gaborone. I drove down. And by the time I got there, it was dark. And I knew about Kimberly. I knew about the big hole, the largest hand dug hole on the planet. And I'm like, I'm looking for my hotel. Like, where the hell is this hole at, man? This thing is massive. How can I not find it? I'm driving around looking for my hotel, and there was no GPS or Google to tell you where to go. I just had a street name and had a rudimentary map, and I found where I was going. But I parked. I checked into my hotel, and I'm thinking, how the hell did I miss this hole? I woke up in the morning. I walked downstairs to the dining room. It was a Protea, and I went to the breakfast area, and I looked out the window, and there's the big hole. The Protea Hotel was right on the edge of the big hole. So I went over to the museum and the thing, and I did the tour. That was pretty funny. What's this? Maybe you could do interview with a few refugees once. Just yes, and we'll send you. What do you mean by a few refugees? What do you mean? I've done an interview with a few refugees. Did you not watch it? I just did the 1 year anniversary, and a bunch of refugees call in. Doesn't work very well. It worked well for that. It works for special events, but it doesn't work in general. I've never been to Katu. I don't even know where that's at. Sounds like someplace in Lesotho. Oh my goodness. Yaku says he's 100% criminal. Well, I don't doubt that at all, man. Well, we know how we deal with that story, right? You guys know how we deal with that, right? By the way, the trolls are signing up for my channel and disappearing because I was up to 126, 300. Now I'm down 6 subscribers. That's a clear indication of trolls who pop in just to get their little funny way. Where the hell is it at now? I'm trying to find my Suno account. There it is. That's what I want. There you go. You guys ready? Y'all know I can't sing. That's part of the appeal.
Money stuffed in my sofa, a treasure untold. Sierra's got a gay ranch, stories unfold. Pala pala, ritzy joint, glimmer and gold. Stay overnight, don't you stray. Couch cushions hide a rainy day. Pala pala, where the secrets play. Under the cushions, the cash will stay. Pala pala, don't give it away. Rainy day, rainy day. Hey.
Love the horn section.
Antelope where the moonlight beams, Buttery whispers and velvet dreams. Zero laughs, but nothing's as it seems.
Of course, when he smiles.
Game of chess
all your
or a
fingers.
clever scheme. Hidden fortune stitched in the seam. You never know till you're
caught
caught in the stream. Pala pala, where the secrets play. Under the cushions, the cash will stay. Pala pala, don't give it away. Rainy day, rainy day. Hey. Where the secrets play. Under the cushions, the cash will stay. Follow, don't give it away. Rainy day, rainy day. Hey. 97 likes. You guys can do better than that. Push us up over 100. Come on. I like that heartbeat again. All right. Pala Pala Nights, folks. Gotta love it. Got to love it. Come on. There's how hard can I bring it? There we go. Excuse me. All right. There we go. Got the microphone back on. Is it still on? Yeah, there we go. Just making sure you guys are still here. It's awkward to do that. Trolls never stick around to get the full story. Yeah, shows in their half-baked hit pieces. Yep. Rudolph Skeppers never did explain to me what he was talking about. It's a good decision. Post-Fableless has provided some nice exposure. Yeah, it has, Sloth Puppy. That's true. Nothing wrong with my voice, Rena. You're too kind. Love all the American adverts and YouTube feed now. Some hilarious ones. What about Annapolis, Maryland, 1861? The houses they stay at now, standing empty. All hidden money from government officials. Half-built mansions. All money gets stolen. Yep, you're right. Yeah, justice or just us. Nickelodeon's got Big Bang Theory on. Looks like they're just starting an episode at 10 minutes to midnight. That's odd. No, Rudolph Skeppers is not a troll. Rudolph Skeppers is somebody that's on this channel, but he mentioned that and then he never explained it. He's probably just another one of these idiots that run their mouths, don't know what they're talking about. What's a good story, Holden? What are you talking about? So that that live stream I did with Professor G did pretty well for a live stream. Let me see. When do we do that one? 14,000 views. Not bad for a live stream. It's pretty good. I have bigger ones, but that's pretty good. Most of the ones I get now get between 2,000 and 5,000, but 14, that's a lot for a live stream, by the way. So, seized to be, it was seized. Annapolis was seized to be in the Civil War by who? By Marylanders? The Confederates never took Annapolis. All right. Oh, gosh, the hip. I think that injection was supposed to last 3 months max. I got 4.5 months out of it. It's going on 5 months, but it feels like it's wearing off. I think it's not so much the thing wearing off. It might be that, but it's also, I think, the joints filling back up with fluid, and that's what causes the pain, that and the arthritis. So,
But yeah, they told me that the injection usually lasts at best 3 months for most people. So that's pretty good. So January 8th, February, March, April, May 8th, that's 4 months, and May 17th. So it's 4 months and about 10 days. I didn't know Annapolis was seized. That's news to me. I'm a historian. I never knew that. It's news to me. Never heard that story before. I got another subscriber. One came back. So that video is posted. Are we getting comments on it? Got 5 comments on it already. What is that? Why is there what? There's no surge in tick bites and associated illnesses across America. It's the left reporting on it after ignoring it for years. Lyme disease is old news. Rocky Mountain spotted fever is old news. These are tick-borne illnesses. Encephalitis is old news. It's a tick-borne disease. These things have been going on here for years. And this is just the media picking up on it. Also, we have a lot of people who are flooding into this country over the past 5 or 6 years before Trump became president. And those people who flood in here during Biden's time aren't accustomed to how to live in a country and check yourself for ticks. And so a lot of people don't know better. Yeah. No, this is not new. But do you know why they're doing this? Do you know why they suddenly report on it? So they can claim that it's climate change. Like hantavirus, it's climate change. Now, whenever there's massive amount of rain in the American Southwest, in New Mexico and Arizona and West Texas, and when you get a lot of rain, you get a lot of grass, you get a multiplication of hamsters and rabbits, and not rabbits, hamsters and rodents. And then you get more cases of hantavirus because they are the reservoir of hantavirus, and it spreads to humans through feces and urine. So, but U.S. gets 15 to 50 cases of hantavirus in a normal year. Finland is the world's worst affected place with hantavirus of all places, followed by Germany. Germany? Really? Germany? Yep, Germany. You would never have thought that, but do the research and you'll find that out. Yeah, no, it's not an explosion of these things. It's just an explosion of reporting is what it is. Now, the cases may be up in some cases, but when you have 350 million people, you're bound to have a few cases of that stuff. You need to be very careful about ticks. They like tall grass and weeds. So anytime you find yourself in that stuff, you need to check yourself very quickly before they latch on and get into your skin. Yes, the planet has disease all over it. Oh yes, Cecilia Kruger, the country with the worst instances of Lyme disease, not Lyme disease, with hantavirus is Korea. Worst hantavirus is Finland every year. Thanks for your time and programs again. I appreciate it. Well, you're very welcome, Andre. Very welcome. To all the folks who've come to America recently, I say once again, welcome to America. Yeah, we should all be underwater. New York City should be sinking. There's a new spinoff of Big Bang Theory. Yes, there is. There's Stewart Saves the World or something like that. But it's, I don't know what's going on with it. It's like on a private cable thing or something like that. Let me see. Saves the Universe. Stewart Saves the Universe. Has it already started? Yep. Episode 1 started March 27th. Stewart fails to save the universe, an upcoming American science fiction television comedy created by Chuck Lorre. Bill Paredes series will be the 4th television series of the Big Bang Theory franchise, the 2nd spinoff of the sitcom The Big Bang Theory. So, Kevin Sussman, Bert will be on there. Cool. And Denise, very Kripke. Wow. Okay. So episodes will be on July 23rd. It's going to be released. HBO Max. Formally announced back in 2023, Warner Brothers Discovery Upfront presentation by HBO. Let's see. October 24th was announced the spinoff would focus on Stuart Bloom, the owner of the comic book store. Comic Center, Big Bang Theory. March, it was in 2025. The spinoff will be titled Stuart Fails to Save the Universe. Okay. In July of last year, they gave the order. In February, Lorre described the series as science fiction adventure comedy instead of its creation. I just wanted to do something that challenged me and that was uncomfortable, unfamiliar. Most of my career has been two people sit on the couch and talk. Kevin Sussman, Brian Prosen, Lauren Lupkus will be reprising the roles from the series and also signed talent holding deals. John Ross Bowie would reprise his roles Barry Kripke, with Bowie signing a talent holding with deal. Okay. Series began filming in September and wrapped in February. So we're just waiting for it to appear on HBO Max. So I'm looking forward to it. I really, the Stuart Bloom character is pretty funny. Bert, yeah, it's pretty wild. So there's some promos for it already out there. Yep, there's a teaser. I don't want to get a copyright strike here, but I'm going to check it out.
Hey, Stuart.
How is it out there?
I think there's room for improvement.
Bert. Bert the geologist. Rock scientist. Anyway, good stuff. Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. Stuart Saves the Universe. It should be cool. I've got a return tick bite scars. I stopped counting. I don't get fever anymore. Oh, that's terrible. Rocky Mountain spot for typically during summer months with high rainfall. Body, take care. Disc scar, lower back, it works. Take MSM. What is MSM? You're welcome, Andy. Bubonic plague, Black Death. Yeah, it killed 50 million people in Europe. You're correct. Yeah, epidemiology is one of my things. So, yep, I know that story very well. All right. Shall we wrap it up with the song here, folks? You guys up for another song? Oh, we're up to 122. Maybe we shouldn't wrap it up yet. All right, but we should do one more song here. Let me close all this other stuff up here. Don't need that. Yeah, it was a good idea to do the Facebook. I'm actually making a little tiny bit of coin off Facebook. I mean, I've earned $10 off Facebook. A couple million views, I've earned $10. Hey, it's something. But that's from people paying. So if you want to support me on there, you're welcome to it. You love the reggae, Ulrich. Yeah, I love the reggae too. What's the other one? Yeah, but there's another one that we love even better. This is about Cyril too. Let me get to that. Okay. So okay. Here you go. This is the one you guys know. I love this one.
The water's rising slow and hot. The frogs still dreaming in the park. Steam whispers secrets to the air. Do you jump or do you dare? Tick tock, the heat won't stop. The lid shakes like it's gonna pop. The pop boils over and over again. Pressurizing, no way to pretend you can stay or leave. Take your shot. The pop boils over, like it or not. Cyril's cards fell just as planned. He dealt the aces, played his hand, but the crowd's awake, their voices loud. A restless wave, a roaring crowd. Tick tock, the time runs thin. Boiling point, it's sink or swim. The pot boils over again. Pressurizing, no way to pretend you can stay or leave. Take your shot. The pot boils over, like it or not. Like it or not. like it or not. Life boils over. 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 Like it or not.
Pot boils over. Yeah. Inspired by Earl Ramaphosa, The Pot Boils Over. Still love that one. Still a great song. Made that one last year. Tick fever bite twice. Ugh. Yeah, eventually genetically modified mosquitoes will spread across America and they won't be able to breathe anymore and they'll be wiped out. And then the frogs will be hungry. That is a bad AI song. You don't like that song, Christian Bote? Everyone in the world loves that song. Why don't you like that song? Why don't you like that song? That's a fantastic song. What don't you like about that song? Now you're going to make me play another song just because you said that. Well, of course, you're right, Crystal. I didn't say they couldn't. You said the frog's going to get hungry. So that's two provocative things people said in the chat tonight, and I haven't followed up. I'm curious, but to give Christian a chance, he just mentioned that. So what's wrong with that song? That's a great song, man. It's a great song.
No more trolls. No more trolls. Why they be coming here with all their nonsense? Typing little tantrums like they're building some suspense. Messing up the cool vibe, raining on the scene. Acting like the internet's a middle school canteen. Sad little lurkers with their bargain bin rage. Throwing cheap insults from a lonely little cage. Stirring up the pot but adding nothing new. Just a cloud of grumpy blah blah breaking through. Oh no, here they go again. Another keyboard warrior looking for a friend. But misery ain't company tonight. We're dancing in electric lights. No more trolls, no more moody blues. No more sour faces spreading bad reviews. No more trolls, take your drama home. This is joy and glitter, not your grumble dome. Hey, get a life, find a hobby, ride a bike. Call your mama, touch some grass, maybe learn a little class. No more trolls tonight. What is missing from their lives anyway? Did nobody hug them back in the day? Did mama and pa not spank them enough? Now they act online like they're hilariously tough. Internet goblins lurking after dark, leaving cranky comes like aggressive little sharks. Is the web the only joy they ever find? Posting nasty by while they slowly lose their minds. Oh please, not another speech from Captain Negative. Preach, preach, preach. Your Debbie Downer energies expire. This party's way too bright to get tired. No more trolls, no more doom and gloom. You can take that funky attitude right out the room. No more trolls, no more bitter souls. We got happy hearts and glitter disco goals. Hey, read the sign, good vibes only all the time. If you came to wreck the fun, sorry babe, your time is done. No more more trolls tonight. Uh-oh, somebody's typing in all caps again. Should we panic? No. Maybe take a nap, maybe get a snack, maybe realize the world doesn't need your endless flack. We're too busy laughing, too busy alive, too busy dancing to kill the vibe.
Well, how about you drop it off now? Let's play music.
No more trolls, let the good times roll. Turn the neon higher, let the positivity flow. No more trolls, my gloomy crew. There's no room for misery when the beat is this cool. Hey, hey, move along, go complain somewhere else online. This is joy and happiness, not your tower, sour mess. No more trolls tonight. No more trolls. No more trolls. Log off, babe, and save your soul.
So that was that one, and we dropped from 100 to 110 to 79. Wow, it's amazing how people just disappear when the songs are playing. Amazing. And we're back to 82. Me too. Yeah, poor frog's always bumping the keys with every hop. Yaku says, it's a risk of sounding mushy. Thank you, Colonel. Your channel and who you are really changed my life. All less than a year. What you do, who you are, integrity. Thank you. You're very welcome. Thank you. It's a shame that some people don't see that. So we did the country version, which is probably even better. Trolls Uninvited. I want to play this one. So this one was pretty good.
Trolls Uninvited. Why they be coming here with all their nonsense, typing little tantrums like they're building some suspense, messing up the cool vibe, grinning on the scene, acting like the internet's a middle school canteen. Sad little lurkers with their bargain bin rage, throwing cheap insults from a lonely little cage, stirring up the pot but adding nothing new, just a cloud of grumpy blah blah breaking through. Oh no, here they go again, another keyboard warrior looking for a friend, but misery ain't company tonight. We're dancing in electric light. No more trolls, no more moody blues, no more sour faces spreading bad reviews. No more trolls, take your drama home. This is joy and glitter, not your grumble dome. Hey, hey, get a life, find a hobby, ride a bike, call your mama, touch some grass, maybe learn a little class. No more trolls tonight. What is missing from their lives anyway? Did nobody hug them back in the day? Give mama a call, not spank them enough. Now they act online like they're hilariously tough. Internet goblins lurking after dark, leaving cranky comments like aggressive little sharks. Is the web the only joy they ever find? Posting nasty bow while they slowly lose their mind. So please, not another speech from Captain Negative. Preach, preach, preach. Your Debbie Downer energy's expired. This party is way too bright to get tired. No more trolls, no more doom and gloom. You can take that funky attitude right out the room. No more trolls, no more bitter souls. We got happy hearts and glitter disco gold. Hey, hey, breathe the sun. Good vibes only all the time. If you came to wreck the fun, sorry babe, your time is done. No more trolls tonight. Uh-oh, somebody's typing in all caps again. Should we panic? Nah, maybe take a nap, maybe get a snack, maybe realize the world doesn't need your endless flag. We're too busy laughing, too busy alive, too busy dancing to kill the vibe. No more trouble. Bye-bye, gloomy crew. There's no room for misery when the beat is this cool. Hey, move along. Go complain somewhere else online. This is joy and happiness. Not your dour sourness. No more trolls tonight. No more trolls. No more trolls. Lord of faith and save your soul.
That's one of the better ones. I really enjoyed that one. Really enjoyed that one. Come on, get on there. That's not. Come on. Come on, play nice. As soon as you go play the first song, my goats start coming up. Are you serious? The goats like the music? So you play for it, my goats start coming, I stop. I sit outside and wait for some. Your stoop. Oh, they come to your stoop. Gotcha. As they stop to make any sense. Hank Williams Jr. Huh? Okay, guys, that's going to do it for tonight. I'm going to wrap it up here, okay? Be sure to hit the like button if you don't mind. Feel free to leave a comment behind. I will have content on Monday. And I'm supposed to meet some South Africans who live in Canada at Starbucks in the morning. So I'm going to get to bed, get up, check out how long it's going to take me to get there. All righty. Guys, be well. God bless. Thanks for being here. Hit that like button. All right. Thanks for the super chats. Appreciate it. Thanks for the audience tonight. God bless and be well. And thanks to all the people who were at the meet and greet tonight. Well, that was their bride for meet and greet for me. So thank you all so much. It's great to see a lot of South Africans doing much better than they were last time I saw them. Cheers. And to me,